Your beard was struggling until you found the elegant Sasquatch.
It's Suplex Syndicate time! Let's get ready to rumble!
Did it now. Chaos, you should have put this one in the vault, man. They not ready.
I
They don't know what's
am
coming,
Tactical
man.
Santa, the
we
smack
drop this
talking
on
slave
right here.
walker,
Y'all ain't
the
ready for
Michael
this.
Jordan of
Y'all ain't
Kringle
ready for none of
Jingle.
this. Your boy's a bad man. Then when you invade
You're
the
not
streets,
down
they
with the
gon' clap
squatch?
off the skirt,
You
they
can
dropping the
suck
heat.
it.
Shock the world, now I'm standing
Spray
alone.
and slay with the fragrance feed.
You can't open out your head to the track. Fuck the water down rap, we be taking it
You
back.
can't
Give it to me straight,
teach
ain't
that.
no chasing it. Check yourself in the mirror, ain't no
Hey!
facing it. Cause you
What am I
playing
doing with these two clowns?
It's the master plan, we got the planet on hold. We all over the streets like your favorite sneaker. Breaking up your sound like a drive-through speaker. Everything that I be spitting is strong. After I rock, fast forward through the rest of the song. We the monkey wrench that's gonna ruin your plan. And don't fuck with John Cena, I'm a bad man.
With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in a fight with my hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in the fight with the hands.
Sponsored by the elegant Sasquatch.
What's happening, everybody? How's it going tonight? Thanks for joining the Suplex Syndicate. I am Tactical Santa, and I am joined by my brother from another mother, 30 Spray J, and the British Sasquatch, who has a sale going on his site. We'll talk about that in a moment. But we got our fourth, the man, the myth, the legend. We got Shifty Switchblade. Great to have you again. And guys, it's going to be an awesome week. We got a ton of stuff we can talk about wrestling. Got a lot of stuff going on. But before we go into that, let's talk about this man right here, because there is a really awesome sale going on right now at the Elegant Sasquatch. And Squatch, why don't you tell us about the sale that's going on?
Yes, sir. It actually started last night at midnight. It is 50% off site-wide, from the oils, the balms, the butters, the washes, the T-shirts, the hats. Everything is 50% off at checkout. So no code needed. It automatically comes out once you get to the checkout screen. I had a little bit of a meltdown last night when it wasn't coming up for me, and then I realized, hey, I got to go to the checkout screen. But yeah, there's some older scents in there I brought back that are usually retired. I brought back Hail to the King. I brought back the Adonis. Yeah, everything is 50% off. The sale's going fantastic. About a 12-hour turnaround time for shipping wise, which is ridiculous.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so the stuff that was ordered at midnight went out that same day. So yeah, which is crazy. So theelegantsasquatch.com. Check me out. I have almost everything in stock. I am sold out of some things because that's just the nature of the beast, and I'm trying to restock as fast as possible. So
Heck yeah. I tell you what, man, if you guys haven't tried them, I don't know what you're waiting for. You're not going to get a better sale than 50% off. Go out and support your boy. He does a lot for us, a lot for the community. Get yourself some Squatch. All right, fellas, before we get into talking about some stuff, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Let's get that going. First up, we had Robert Allen. What's going on, Robert Allen? How you doing? And next up, we had Bob Minnie. What's going on, Bob? And we got a rock star in the house. We got Chris from True North. What's going on, brother? Hopefully you're having a good time, and hopefully it's not freezing up in Maine. And tell you what, fellas, let's break it down. Let's get into it. So how do you want to start off this week, fellas? What do you want to talk about? Because there is so much to talk about that's been happening.
I was going to say, you guys want to start with what happened last week with AEW, that pay-per-view last week?
You know, I did catch that. That was pretty sick.
Oh, that was crazy. That MJF match,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, that was brutal, but awesome at the same time. I'm not a big hardcore fan anymore, just because it's kind of got thrown down our throat lately.
Mm-hmm.
That match had a little bit of everything, and it was a great finish. Yeah, I was really impressed. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It was all the little things they did too. Like, wasn't MJF was wearing wearing an outfit dedicated to Funk.
Yep.
So I mean, it's all these little icing on the cake things that they did, and they're starting to really do a lot more to get people, you know, going with the matches. But yeah,
I'm telling you, if they could just get some stories, they would be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
right,
yeah, I think so too. I mean, honestly, the match it was pretty gruesome. Honestly, watching that match, like I didn't expect to see a syringe go through Hangman's cheek like it did. Like that was intense, man. I was like, holy cow! Like, what is going on right now? Like, it reminded me of some early '90s like Japanese barbed wire matches and all that, like the crazy stuff that Terry Funk and Cactus Jack used to fight in. You know,
right.
Didn't Hangman do something similar when he had that Texas death match with Swerve a couple of years ago?
Wasn't it a hook? Like a hook in the mouth?
yeah, I think it was like a hook or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, that match, like MJF basically choking him out at the end with over the rope, a chain around his throat. That was brutal. But the best part was him standing over him while he's on the gurney with the AEW belt up in his hands. That was nuts.
Right. Right.
Real quick, I just want to know when, behind the scenes when they're talking about, okay, let's do these crazy things, like whose ideas are these? And you're like, okay, I'll let you do a syringe in my mouth, but you're gonna give me at least 5 G's, like, because I ain't doing that for free.
Yeah,
But
you're
dude,
not kidding, man.
what about being dragged through glass, shards of glass, like MJF was?
Yeah,
Like, dude, that's like I said, like it was a good match, and like I think
Right.
more or less it was like MJF was like a tribute to Terry Funk, because Terry Funk was like that. He was one of the most hardcore wrestlers there was, in his time, and him showing tribute by wearing the tights and wearing the whole get up, the cowboy hat and everything like that. It's like, okay, I get it, man, but I didn't think it was going to be as brutal and gruesome as it was.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Well, you kind of mentioned how MJF was standing over. There was another moment last week that involved somebody standing over somebody with their foot on top of them, and it's been getting a lot of buzz. And that was the Obafemi moment with Brock Lesnar.
Yes,
I
sir.
gotta tell you what, I've heard some people say that it was wrong time, whatever this and that. I'm gonna tell you what, it was the right time. And my thing about this proves that Brock Lesnar is a company man, because if you guys saw it, Obafemi came out, they had a little deal. Obafemi manhandled Brock, put him in a power bombed him. He was standing there, and I guess Brock told him, "Put your foot on top of
step
me,
over me.
stand on me, be the conqueror." And he did. So I gotta tell you, man, props to Brock Lesnar. You can tell he is passing the torch, and he's a company guy. And I thought that moment was awesome, how everything was done.
Obi is young too,
Yeah.
and the big picture that I seen all week was the tear shed by Obi while this happened. Like, it's like, Jordan tapping Kobe on the ass and saying, hey, I know you got, this is gonna be groundbreaking for the next generation of wrestling.
Right.
Well, I mean, and plus on top of it, it also helps that Brock Lesnar has it in his contract that if he hits a certain amount of viewers for his match at WrestleMania with Obafemi, that he gets 7 figures. So, I mean, of course, he's going to sell it like crazy.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. But if you look at the whole overwhelming thing, it's a good move. It's smart. Oba is the right one to let him pass the torch to.
Yep.
He's got it. He's big. He's strong. He's athletic. He's got what it's going to take to be that next guy with the it factor. So I think they're doing the right thing. I really like it. I was actually kind of surprised, because at first I'm like, I didn't think Brock was going to let Oba do anything to him, and Oba manhandled him and power bombed him. So it was definitely a little surprising.
Yeah, and thing is, do they let Brock lose before SummerSlam, before his last match? That's the question. You know what I mean? Like, I can see Oba winning without a problem, but at the same time, do you What would you do that with somebody up and coming and have them lose to Brock, even though it's Brock? You know what I mean?
I
You
don't
know what?
think I don't go ahead, Jeff.
I was gonna say maybe this is a trilogy match. Maybe we get a 1, 2, 3, and then Obi retires Brock. Maybe Obi's the one to retire Brock. Maybe
Yeah.
Brock wins a couple times, and Obi just keeps coming and then finally retires him. Like, you know what? It's your career versus my career or whatever, however they were going to spin it. And maybe they just keep going, because I don't think this is too good to be a one-off match. Like, kind of like, who did, what was it? Was it Goldberg and him or Drew McIntyre? Was it Goldberg? I forget. I know
Goldberg
Goldberg,
match.
they had the first time that two big guys
Right.
had a 3 match, and I liked every one of them as much as Goldberg what could still move at that time.
Right.
But I think this is a good trilogy match. This is money. This is money right here.
Yeah, 100%. This is somebody just mentioned this might be the match of WrestleMania.
Right.
And you know what? I would be
Mhm.
perfectly okay with saying that. Not a problem.
Yeah.
I will say this though, if it's going to be a trilogy, I really hope that they don't make the WrestleMania match a squash match. I hope that Brock doesn't come out there and beat him in 30 seconds. I'm hoping there's no squash
No,
matches.
I don't think
No.
they can do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They did it with Goldberg. So here's
Yeah.
my thing is this: when you get two
I
big
know.
dudes like
I
that,
know.
it always seems like there's one match that's a squash match where it's just boom and done, right? I'm hoping they don't do that with these guys. I hope that they have some really well planned out matches for these guys and make them some very, very epic matches. I hope for no squash match is what I'm hoping for. No squash match. Yeah.
I think honestly, I think this one, I think Oba's going to win WrestleMania, and I think after that is when Brock beats him again. I think it's going to be like Jay was saying. I think it's going to be a trilogy. I think we're going to see it end at SummerSlam. I think Oba retires him at SummerSlam, but I think Oba wins 2 out of the 3. Obviously, he's going to win the first one at Mania. He loses the second one, and then they go back. And this is where the stipulation comes in and says, "Hey, I'm putting my career on the line. You put whatever on the line. You go back to NXT or you leave Raw or something like that. Something crazy.
Right.
And
Right.
I think that's what'll probably happen. But I mean, like, Oba Femi is the perfect person for Brock Lesnar to pass the torch down to. He's a dominant person. He's athletic. He's strong. His presence alone is intimidating. So why would Brock not want to pass the torch down to someone like him?
Right.
At least it wasn't done.
Oh, yeah. I'm not mad at Gunther though. I'm a Gunther fan, honestly.
I was gonna say, hear me out. It's a trilogy, right? And so this is the first match. The second match is at Payback, right, or Backlash, and then the third one's at SummerSlam. But between now and Backlash, Danhausen curses Brock. Brock loses because he was cursed. No,
I mean it's possible.
Right. I'm kind of torn though. I don't know if they're gonna let Brock beat him at WrestleMania because it's going to be Brock's last WrestleMania, which could drive Oba to come back fierce. I just don't know. I know it's going to be a trilogy, but I just don't know who's going to win the first match.
I think if Brock wins it, it's going to be dirty. It's going to be a low blow behind the back, something where Oba's going to be like, you can't beat me, you cheater.
Right.
I was born in the darkness.
Right. All right, fellas, let's move on. Another match that should be interesting because things got interesting for that match this past weekend is the Jade Cargill Rhea Ripley match. Because now Jade has a faction now, which is going just along like her AEW days. She has the baddies. But here's where my setup is with that. I think that Rhea's going to win at WrestleMania, but she's going to have help from Io Sky, and she's going to have help from Bianca Belair. I'm telling you, it's almost like the perfect setup. The timing is coming right. there's Jade doesn't lose any face if she loses to Rhea. It just makes her a better heel. She'll come back pissed. She leads this clan, this group, this faction, and they do some more stuff. But I really think that Rhea is going to have help because now it's 3 against 1, and Rhea is not going to win if it's a 3-on-1. She's going to need help too. So I think Io Sky and Bianca are going to come out and help her. My thought.
Have y'all seen? Have y'all seen the pictures of Bianca's finger? And Jonathan Coachman is saying that there's a chance that Bianca Belair could lose her finger. I hope that it's all just a big push of trying to throw the scent off, scent off the trail, because the picture showed her knuckle looking like ET's knuckle on a finger. But I mean, who knows? It's wrestling. It very well.
Right.
I mean, look at the whole Seth Rollins thing at SummerSlam with his knee. I feel like it's a work, and I think Bianca probably does come back and help Rhea because of all the things that Jade did before Bianca was hurt. So I mean, I definitely can see that happening. I definitely was surprised to see B-Fab and Michin on her side, especially after, because we talked about Michin was on Instagram running her mouth about Jade when Jade was on Instagram, and now you guys, I was like, man, this seems like it's real, and then all of a sudden now they're factioned up and ready to go, so we'll see.
It just made no sense because Jade was tormenting those two for the longest time, and it's just like, is it one of those things where if you can't beat them, might as well join them type of thing?
Well, think about this.
It just didn't make any sense.
How many times did we'll look at the Vision, Seth Rollins, what they did to those. I mean, all these factions come along and they get people either get beaten to submission to join, or I don't know what but I mean, it never makes any sense. I mean, look at the Vision. They splashed Logan Paul, and at the end of that night, he became part of the Vision.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things where, but there was an interview with Jade that happened this week, and she talked about one thing that she did talk about is she wanted to do more title defenses, but the problem is all these women now, like Charlotte and Alexa and all them, are all tag team now. Yeah. So there really isn't a lot of women that aren't in tag teams. So she talked about that. And now the other good thing is Jade's got some popularity being a heel. Maybe this helps out Michin, and maybe it helps out B-Fab. Maybe it starts giving them some, because they really weren't using those two that well. So maybe it helps them out too.
I hate to say it, but I don't know what they're doing with B-Fab. Like she's just there. Like she is SmackDown's version of Maxine Dupree, but Maxine Dupree got more of a push, if that makes any sense.
Right.
But yeah, just like she can't really wrestle. She doesn't have mic skills. She was great when she was with Swerve and Top Dollar or whatever, but by herself, she can't do it.
Right.
You make a valid point, because I was just going to say, Michin can wrestle. You've seen her throughout the years. I'm gonna have to do some research and see if I've seen any B-Fab matches, because I think I've only seen one in the last 4 years.
Yeah. Like she's terrible. Like no offense to her, it's just she's not
poor writing.
She doesn't have it.
Right.
So, I don't know what they see in her
yet. But look at how big Jey Uso became with the Bloodline and main event Jey Uso. I think that this women's faction of these three, the takeover, is really going to shine light on these other two. You're gonna have some good tag team matches, get the ring rust off of these girls, and maybe we see something different from them.
Yeah, and the next question I have is, okay, so let's say Rhea wins the title. What do they do with Io? Like, because now every time they show her on Raw by herself, she's looking all depressed. Like, what are they going to do with her now?
Right.
She'll go heel again.
You know, that's the thing though too is, let's say Jade wins. It's believable because she has her faction and she's going to use the faction to cheat. So if she wins, Rhea doesn't lose any face either. You know what I mean? So it's going to be hard to pick who wins. I mean, they have a lot of money invested in Jade, and they're trying to push her, obviously, given her this faction now. So I don't know. It could go either way. Either they're going to have her lose and come back even more ruthless with her faction, or they're going to have her win and Rhea doesn't lose any face because they cheated to win. So you can spin it either way. Is when you look at it,
But
you know.
but she's right. There's too many women in tag teams and factions. I'll be right back.
Yep. Yeah, there's way too many women that are, so they've got all the women's division tied up. So, you know, I mean, but here or there. But it'll
Yeah.
be interesting. Interesting to see. Interesting to see. And then who's going for the who's going for the Intercontinental Champion? Is that still AJ Lee and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 I don't know about that.
Yeah.
No.
So on Monday Night Raw, AJ Lee defended the title against Bailey. She beat
Yeah.
Bailey, and then Becky Lynch come on, attacked her, smashed her head against the guardrail, stood on top of her, and kept telling her it's my belt.
Right.
So I don't know, man. I'm over. I'm not gonna lie. I'm over the whole Becky Lynch push and all that stuff. You know,
Right.
Becky Lynch she's just constantly pushed down our throats. But I mean, she's a great wrestler. But like I feel like she's slowing down too in the ring. Like she's a mom. You know, she's taking more time off to be a mom and everything like that. So I feel like, you know, and the thing with Bailey is Bailey's been gone, or not Bailey, with AJ Lee, she's been gone for 10 years.
Right.
Like how much longer does she have left in the tank, really? I really feel like there needs to be a younger woman pushed, you know, in that spot.
Right, that's what I can't understand. I mean, look at this. We got the Bella twins back.
Yeah.
Why do we have okay, when you guys watched the match Friday night, the Bella twins against Nia Jax and Lash Legend, okay? That match shouldn't have lasted more than 30 seconds.
Agreed.
It's so stupid. Those two, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, would destroy those two with no problem. And they just, I don't know why they're making it with the women now that it's like a retirement tour. Come back. It doesn't matter how long you've been gone, and we're going to put some gold on you, and you can strut around. I mean, it's the stupidest thing I've seen. I don't
It
get
takes
it.
away from younger talent, you know?
Right.
At the end of the day, there's younger talent that's back there that is more than capable of carrying the torch, and they get put on the back burner because they have all these older legends come back and I need a spot. I need one last run. You should have did that 10 years ago.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, go ahead, Dino.
No, I was going to say, and you probably feel the same way, Squash. There is not a more dominant female tag team out there now than Nia Jax and Lash Legend.
Yeah.
And they should be letting those two just destroy. I hate to say it. They should be letting those two, Brock Lesnar, everybody. They should just be crushing that division.
Exactly.
There shouldn't be any questions about it. They should have the belts and be crushing everybody.
Yeah, 100%. 100% agreed. Like they want to fight, you know, Tom Brady right now. Of course they, you know.
Right.
But yeah, like they it's just, unfortunately, once you become a wrestler, you don't get wrestling out of your blood, and they don't. And if you've been on top for a while and you go away, you don't know when to come back, or or go away and stay away. And that's the thing.
Right.
Nobody knows when to stay away. There's probably 5, maybe 6 people on the roster on at least a WWE side that should just retire right now.
Right.
Because it's just like nobody wants to see them. I don't know. Did they bring them back to sell merch? Like why? You know, why? Like the Bella Twins. I don't know why they brought them back. I didn't like the Bella Twins when they were there the first time. So
agreed.
Well, you know what I don't understand is, so if you're gonna bring the Bella Twins back, right? Why not update their gimmick a little bit or something? It's the same stale gimmick. Like, come on, like you know, it's. I don't know.
No. They did get a new updated gimmick. It's the Bella Clones. That's what it is. The Bella Clone. So it's a whole new gimmick.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. You know, something else we should talk about. I'm like, I don't know what's going to go on with Roman Reigns and CM Punk because both of them are kind of baby faces, right? If you look at it,
Yeah.
who's going to be the heel in that drama? Because you see, Punk now is starting to get the way he's using his words, right? And then the way he's doing some actions like "This is my show," blah blah blah. He's starting to have some type of heel characteristics, but it's going to be interesting. That match is going to be something else. I think. I think it's definitely going to be a fantastic match. What do you think, Squatch?
Absolutely. Punk will turn heel. He's going to be the heel of the match. That's just how they have it set up right now. Just for that simple, I'm going to bury you next to your father line.
Right.
That's
Right.
a heel. That's a heel line. I don't care.
Right.
So
Right.
he's going to be the heel, but he's going to be the most over in that match. It's not going to be Roman Reigns because CM Punk's already over now in that little feud right now. And so I have a feeling Punk is going to win. It's not going to be, and it's going to be some sort of shenanigans with the bloodline. There's going to be more than one person come out. You can see it, but it's going to be CM Punk.
Right. It'll be definitely interesting to see, and I can't wait to see more interactions before WrestleMania because it's not done. There's going to be some more. There's going to be some more pipe bombs, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think Punk is definitely going to be the guy that turns heel for sure. Just because, like last week, his body language in the ring with Roman when they were talking, and like his demeanor seemed, he's not. I want to be babyface Punk. I want to be heel Punk, and I want to be able to say what I want to say. So I think he's pushing for that heel push right now, which I'm not mad about because I actually like. I like CM Punk as a heel. I liked it when he had his whole little cult that he had. I liked it when he was with the Nexus, all that stuff. So I prefer CM Punk as a heel anyways. So
right.
Yeah, exactly.
I say he makes a better heel for sure than a babyface. I mean, sure, he's over in Chicago or whatever. Did you guys talk about Randy Orton being heel?
Not yet. We haven't got
Not
to
yet.
him yet. Not yet.
All right. But yeah, CM Punk makes a better heel. The one time I did like CM Punk as a heel was the Undertaker feud with Paul Heyman having the urn.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see. And I do think, and I agree with you guys, I think CM Punk makes a better heel. I really do.
Yep, very much.
I think when they take the the parameters off of him and let him be the heel, I think that's where he shines. It's just how he is. But that brings us in to the next.
Hold on. My one question for you though is if CM Punk is heel, can Tribal Chief be a babyface? Because to me, the Tribal Chiefness is just better as a heel too.
He's already a baby face.
Yeah, he's a baby face now.
He's a baby face now. Dude, listen.
The fans are cheering that dude on like crazy. He's a baby face, 100%.
Dude, okay, Nike's bringing out bloodline shoes. They definitely ain't backing a heel. He's baby face all the way. You know what I mean? But but yeah, it'll be interesting to see the dynamics of that one when it does it. But next up, Jay, we have your other boy you like, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. And Orton just keeps turning it up, man. And I love heel Randy. Heel Randy's awesome. I love it when he's RKOing everybody and doing whatever Randy wants to do.
I don't know how much of a heel I can trust with Randy when he's walking down to the ring and he's giving little kids high fives and smiles. I'm like, it just kind of defeats the point, He's like, he wants to be a bad guy.
Hey, he's got voices in his head. Sometimes the voices tell him to be nice. Sometimes they don't.
Right.
I mean, he did go off on Matt Cardona, which was and he called him a human action figure.
Right.
That was pretty fun.
Go play with your action figures.
Yeah,
go play with your action figures. Yeah.
But it's just like him coming down to the ring and smiling was the weirdest thing. I'm like, wow.
Right.
But if you notice, that no matter what bad heel things Randy is doing, the crowd wants heel Randy.
They do.
The crowd wants 09 Orton.
Yeah,
Did
100%.
So, and that's the weirdest thing.
Do you think they want?
Weirdest
Do you
thing.
think they want him to be like that so he can totally annihilate Cody because everybody's tired of Cody?
Did
Yeah,
you guys
100%.
find background in his match where it said 09 Randy has now entered the chat? I
Right,
thought it was pretty funny. I was like, that's great.
right.
I think that there's going to have to be a bigger swerve, and I hope that it happens.
Mhm.
Is not only will Orton win his 15-time championship, but since the crowd is so over on his heel turn, that Cody has to turn too,
So double
because then the crowd will have somebody to boo.
Right. And you know that's what we were talking about before. We had talked a couple shows ago is that does maybe Randy just cheats and beats him so bad that Cody just is like, you know what, forget this. I'm tired of playing by the rules. I'm gonna turn heel. You know? There's gotta be a catalyst to push him over the edge to turn heel. And you know, but here's the thing though. Are they gonna let him turn heel since he's got that Street Fighter 2 movie coming out and he's playing a good guy? Is that good for business for the movie coming out? I mean, those are
Wasn't
things.
Randy or wasn't Roman a heel when he's in that too, right?
Yeah, he's in that too. He plays Blanca.
No. Roman plays Akuma.
Akuma, that's right. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but Roman's gonna be a babyface if you take Cody, who's playing Guile, who is like one of the main good
characters.
guys,
Yeah.
and he, I mean, something to think about. But I would love to see the Cody
know.
heel turn.
I want to see Randy Orton punt Cody. Either punt Cody or punt or punt. Here's the heel turn. He punts Brandy Rhodes. There it is. And
Wow.
that's going to drive Cody off the edge right there. He's going to want to come back with vengeance. He's going to do whatever it takes to hurt Randy and to beat Randy down. Like that's going to be the turn that Cody needs right there. Is like, say Randy's just beating on Cody, right? Brandy comes in to oh no, not him. And then Randy just the voices. They snap and he punts her.
That's the one thing I'm surprised that they haven't used yet. They have not used Brandy at all. Like I don't know. I don't think she's under contract with them, but they haven't used her at all.
Right.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Sign her for a one-off. We need this as fans. We need Cody to turn because Cody is I'm tired of it. Cody reminds me of Roman when Roman first they started pushing Roman, like he was just crammed down our throats. Oh, this is who you gotta love. Like, yeah, I liked Cody in the beginning, but I also like Cody as a bad guy.
Right.
Like I like Cody as a heel. Like when he was in AEW, he was in Japan. He was a bad guy.
I want to see catalytic events like Santa was saying. I want Orton to do what he did back in the day. I want him to go burn down American Nightmare gym or whatever. I want him to go invade Randy or Cody Rhodes' house, sit with the daughter. Uncle Randy's here. Smack Brandy on the ass or something. I want to see some moments that just kind of push Cody over.
I'm for it.
So what you're saying is you want Randy to do some domestic violence and sexual.
Hey, he said domestic. He said the domestic, but it's wrestling, so it doesn't count.
Domestic sexual harassment. Randy ends up in prison.
Hey, we're guys from that. We were guys that were raised on the Attitude Era. There was no domestic violence back then.
Right. Yeah, right.
Didn't Stone Cold break into a house and then Brian
Pillman?
Brian Pillman. Yeah.
But my question to you guys is, and I don't think we had this conversation, who was Randy talking to last week on the phone? There's more than one royal family.
So I will tell you this: there was a rumor that it was Charlotte Flair, but that kind of got debunked last week because Charlotte Flair was busy at a match when he was doing it. I'm gonna say he was talking to Ric Flair. That's my guess.
Maybe he's talking to Cowboy Bob.
Please don't bring Cowboy Bob back.
You know what? Maybe he's talking to Ted DiBiase Jr.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
I mean, he is out of prison after all.
yeah.
He did, dude. I was like, "Is that real?" I had to Google. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it is."
Right.
Triple H has a gold mine right here.
Right. You know,
Yeah, we've said this.
me kind of hopes it's Ric Flair because it would be kind of funny to have like one last little like Ric Flair thing of him like just doing some appearances, not managing, not wrestling, nothing like that, but just having a couple vignettes with him like talking to Randy, being like, "Hey, champ, whatever." But it would just be fun to see, right? But no wrestling for him, no in the ring stuff, no nothing like that. Just backstage vignette type stuff would be fun to see Ric Flair one last time.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Cena versus Orton? Or who was it when the first time that it was a chance that Cena was supposed to tie Ric Flair and someone stopped him and they said, "I did it for you, Rick." And he's like, "I wanted the boy to win." Wasn't it Orton? Was it Orton? I don't remember.
I remember.
I don't remember. I think it was Orton, but I'm not 100% sure. But that would be cool though to see Ric Flair come out with him, because if you think about it, Cody Rhodes has DDP in his back pocket, and they had a rival in WCW, Flair and DDP did. So who knows?
Oh
Right.
gosh, now we're really digging.
You never know.
Wild.
You never know. You never know, Sasquatch. Maybe he was on the phone with Enzo,
Oh,
the realest one, baby.
speaking of that, let's jump over to the brawl that went all over the place on SmackDown. Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. That thing was
the second match of Mania I'm looking forward to.
Yep, same here.
Mm-hmm.
Now they need to take a page out of, and they kind of did a little bit out of AEW, because I mean, like, Drew McIntyre broke a windshield and drug Jacob through it, but I there needs to be some blood in this match, because this just seems like this seems like one of the realest fights that there is. They did the same thing with Braun Strowman and Jake. Was it Jacob? Yeah, for a minute. But this one actually, I don't really want to see Sin City Street fight though. Like,
right. Yeah,
I'd rather see it like a cell match or something, but
right.
It seems like that's going to be a good rivalry.
Last man standing match.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Or an I Quit match.
I quit.
Yeah.
You know what? That one would be fitting with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because he's quit like 3 times now.
Yeah, I believe so, because he throws his temper tantrums. And then he's like,
maybe that's why they had him say it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be foreshadowing that it could be an I Quit match, which would be, I'm here for that, man. That would be a good match.
Yeah,
I'm doing that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, both these guys are like a force to be reckoned with. Jacob. Honestly, I think I want to see Jacob Fatu get more of a push into like the World Championship. You know, he's been around for a while. He's proven he has fans behind him when he's a heel or when he's a good guy. You know, let's push him. I think this is going to be the one that gets him over the hump. I think he beats McIntyre at WrestleMania.
Right.
You know, so I'm looking forward to it.
You know, speaking of the push, the problem now though is you got 2 heavyweight belts, and then you got a guy like Oba, you got Trick Williams, and you got Jacob. What 2 are they going to push to that top slot?
Right now, it's probably, out of those 3, it's probably going to be Trick, because I've seen him make the rounds on TV more than anybody else out of those 3. So it's probably going to be Trick.
Well, is it going to be Trick though? Because Trick is now going to be feuding with Sami Zayn though. You know, so he kind of took a step back.
Yeah.
I mean, if out of the 3, you got to put Oba in first place, getting pushed to that belt, because if Brock is going to lay down and hand that torch off to him, that's almost a guaranteed slot that he's going to get it. So now you've got the other 2 fighting for a slot. And I got to tell you, I kind of feel bad for for Jacob because they pushed him and then they fizzled him. And I would love to see him get a belt and run it for a little bit. You know, I like Trick, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that it's time for him yet. You know what I mean? I would rather see the other two get pushed first and then Trick come later and get a belt. But I think those two really need to get the belts first out of those three.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I mean, hopefully they don't do Jacob like they did Solo.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
you know, they Solo had such a devastating NXT run, and then getting brought into the bloodline, that was a great thing. But now it's like,
Right.
I think this MFT is starting to fizzle out.
Yeah. It's done.
yeah.
Especially with them losing the tag teams and them telling Solo, you're starting to sound like Roman. Maybe Solo has to go back to Roman. Maybe he helps Roman beat CM Punk. I wouldn't mind, if he's not going to give the lantern back to the Wyatts, what if it morphs him? What if we get some kind of Samoan boogeyman type deal with him? Maybe the Fiend presence, pushes into Solo, and they start. The one thing that I noticed about the Wyatts is that they haven't done anything like capturing and taking someone away, and they did, but then they never did anything with it. If you remember the Wyatt family, they used to brainwash. They brainwashed. What's his? Yes, man. Daniel Bryan.
Right. Yeah.
They had him for a while. Maybe they need to do something like that just to bring some flair back to whatever this is. Because even as a fan, I'm losing interest.
Well, see, that's the problem, and that's where I think that they're not going to hide, because they need to get them on a course and go before they start kidnapping people or brainwashing them. Because here's what will happen. Oh, this week they capture Solo and they start brainwashing them. Next week they do a little blurb, and then 4 months later we're both going to be sitting here going, "What happened to Wyatts and what happened to Solo?" You know what I mean? So they got to make it. They got to make They got to make the Wyatt Six a consistent thing before they start any real solid plans. And this is what I don't understand. You have an awesome faction that you could spin that in any story you wanted, that faction, and they don't do anything with them. They're not doing anything.
They said something about there's nobody out there that could stop the NFTs or whatever. But then I hear rumblings that the Street Profits might come back and challenge them, which might shake it up, but it's not going to be much of anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They just need to split them up and let them do some tags or whatever. They really did sleep on Solo. Solo has he's decent on the mic. He can be funny. He can be serious, and he's got good ring presence. I would love for him to go with Roman, maybe, start something of a bloodline back. And then because there's so much of history with the Samoans and Umaga, with Solo using a lot of his moves and Jacob using a lot of his moves, that's when you bring in Zilla and the realest one in the room.
I think you're onto something there, but here's the problem. And here's the only problem I have is pretty soon it's not going to be WWE. It's going to be the World Samoan Entertainment Industry if you keep bringing all these Samoans in, dude. It's too much. And the bloodline has been on life support for how long? The last 2 years? Let the bloodline die. The faction needs, it'd be like bringing back NWO right now. Hey, let's bring back NWO. Sure. You know what I mean? Like, enough's enough. We don't need more Samoans. We don't need more of the bloodline. What we need is solid storylines, and let these guys shine. Some of these factions just need to go away. They've been, at the end of the day, you have to look at the bloodline and say, have you not made enough money off that faction? Put it to rest. You can't keep rehashing it.
Yeah, the only problem is you get rid of these factions, but then you build another faction. Then you don't have any factions to go against this faction. Then this faction gets injured, and now it's just a tag team of Paul Heyman people.
The thing is, like, if you break up them this particular group. What do you do with Tomaloa, the tall one? What do you do with Cobb? They don't have personalities. What is it? Tamatonga is the only one in that group, and maybe Sokoa actually can do something on the mic. And what do you do with them? Like,
There's always NXT and there's always AAA.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like with Tamatonga and Tongaloa, they were a tag team for a long time in Japan. Give them their run as God there. That was their old tag team name. Let them run, do that, and then Talatonga, their brother, send him to NXT. He still has to work on the mic. He's got to learn his skills. JC Mateo or Jeff Cobb, whatever you want to call him, he's on his way out of wrestling. He was going to retire before he signed with WWE.
Yeah, so
and let Solo have a solo run. Let him go after a mid card title, build himself back up, and then push the kid.
No. I got it perfect. JC Mateo or Jeff Cobb, whatever you want to call him, goes to AEW, and he tag teams with Rhino, and they can be the Rhinos, Rhino and Timu Rhino, and they could have a badass tag team right there.
That was real bad, Dino. Even for you, that was bad.
I mean, but think about it though. You got Rhino and Wish Rhino. What could go wrong? That'd be an awesome tag team.
I did at first when he came out that first time. I was like, Rhino got a tan,
right. And he got a little shorter.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Right. I mean, there's work for him. Those two could tag team together.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look at they're using the War Raiders right now in AAA.
Right.
So
yeah, and they're doing quite
right.
well.
So
I watched the match the other day. It was pretty decent because the Psycho Circus or whatever.
Yeah.
I like those guys.
Right. You know that's the thing is I think some people slept on the War Raiders because, dude, the one guy, I always get his name wrong, but the bigger one, that guy is athletic, dude. That guy, you see some of the stuff he can do coming off the rope and some of the, I mean, you would never think that big man could move like that, and that's impressive, man. It really is.
I've always told the big beard, the bigger dude, and Eric's the is more.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean there's all these opportunities, especially with WWE acquiring. They have they have NXT and they have AAA. And then, and then I mean they're doing a partnership with TNA. Send them over to TNA and let them tag over there for a little bit. I mean, it's not. There's so many things that they could do with some guys that they're not using. And then if they honestly, I'd rather see Tongaloa and Tamatonga as a tag team again without Solo, without all whoever. Honestly, I'd like to see something happen with them and Finn Balor with the stuff that's going on with Finn Balor and the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So we spoke on it real quick, but what about what's going on with Sami Zayn and his whole depression of himself? Now, one thing we have never seen is a dark Sami Zayn. What if he aligns himself with Aleister Black?
It would never.
I don't see that happening, honestly.
It would never.
My perspective is on Sami Zayn is because they're doing the WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. They're going to put the belt on Sami Zayn next year. He's going to be the champion going into WrestleMania next year, and
I swear
it's going to happen. Because he's Syrian, he's Middle Eastern, they're going to put the title on him because it's going to give him a push in Saudi. The tickets are going to sell. You heard the pop he got at Rumble, so I mean, of course, it's going to happen.
Maybe if we all get together and do a huge GoFundMe, we can make Danhausen curse him so he'll never win. I put $10 towards that, guys. I will.
I'll back you on it too because I don't want to see Sami Zayn as a world champion. He's a mid carder to me.
Right.
I'd rather see El Generico, the world champion, if we're going to do that.
That's fine. Absolutely right. We'll have him go up against that El Americano.
There you go. I'm sick of that storyline too.
I mean, if they want to throw a title on him, I'm okay with him getting the NXT title for like 2 or 3 days. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just see his title run being a short one like Jinder Mahal's. You're going to push him because they've had to push somebody to the Saudi crowd, so they put the belt on Jinder. Jinder lost it to AJ. Now they got to do it again because now Mania is going to be in Saudi Arabia, so they have to have somebody to push, and it's going to be Sami Zayn.
Right.
and then you have sooner or later KO will come back. Kevin Owens will come back, and then there's that storyline again.
Yep.
And a tale as old as time is probably as bad as the Goldberg story with Drew McIntyre. Like them back and forth, friends and not friends. I'm tired of that. So
Yep.
Yes, sir. Actually, I miss KO, to be honest with you. I shared in the little group a video, like a best of promo package that KO did, and the stuff that he was spouting was hilarious. It's like one liner after one liner after one liner, and it was great.
Right.
I miss that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you. I miss him too.
Right. Yep. Well, what do you guys think about Truth and Priest
ooh,
Damian Priest.
having the title belts now?
Weirdest combination. Nobody saw that
Nobody
coming,
did.
right? Like, I don't. Is it just because they don't have anything to do with Priest, and
In a
is
way.
that what it is?
I think
He has fallen off so much since he's won that title, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think that it's Truth's last run.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Truth's about to be done.
Right.
So like they did with AJ, they're giving him some kind of belt before he calls it quits. But to me, he could retire and be something backstage because the humor that he has, like if you guys seen the haircut video, he's barber's just cutting nothing, bald head.
No,
I don't know, it just
he's funny.
I mean, he has a career on TikTok here soon, so it's
Right.
fun.
Yeah.
Right. And it's kind of funny. It's that good, funny type of tag team, right? Where you're like, okay, it makes no sense, but it's awesome. It's funny. It's got R-Truth. It's going to bring some laughs. It's going to bring some entertainment, and it'll be good for maybe a month, maybe 2 months, and then after that, okay, we got to move on. But yeah, I think it's a cool thing to see R-Truth doing some stuff like that. Yep. Well, all right, guys. I think it's come to that point of the show because we've tied up some time. Who's got a what if question this week? What about some what if questions?
I mean,
I got nothing.
I got one. I talked about it when we were in the green room. I mean, what if The Rock would have never left the nation and he would have just stayed, bowing down to Farouk?
oh.
I was going to say at that same point, what if it was D'Lo Brown in the Rock position instead?
Oh yeah. See, that's
Man, D'Lo D'Lo was good. No one talks about how good D'Lo was.
My neck hurt watching him.
yeah,
It was
the lowdown and all that stuff. Yeah, D'Lo Brown was a beast, man. Or what if they would have pushed Kama, the Godfather instead of The Rock, There is, or what if they actually really pushed Farouk? What if Farouk would have been world champion? And they pushed him over The Rock.
I mean, they did push Kama, like he became the Godfather.
Yeah.
They did push him,
Right.
but so
They let him
seen
become
a
who he really
interview
was as a
with-
person.
Yeah, they did because I watched an interview with him and he said that he was going through like his second or third divorce, and that's why Papa was gone and the Godfather came out because him and the Taker used to go to some bars just to fight. My big what if is something I read today is Vince McMahon right before Austin 316 era started wanted to take away Stone Cold Steve Austin and put him back as the ring leader or ring master or whatever it was.
Master?
Yeah, and it was right before it was right before the promo where he dropped that Austin 316 just whooped your ass, and everybody in the green room just kind of got quiet and didn't say anything. One person was like, "Hey, just let the fans are liking this. Let's see where it goes." And man, if they would have took away Stone Cold, like added, I don't think WWE or WWF would have survived. Because I think that was the push of 96, 97.
Well, could you imagine if
And,
Triple H would have not gotten suspended? He would have won that King of the Ring over Austin. And it wouldn't have been Austin winning it.
All right.
it would have kick-started the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Like there would have been no Attitude Era. It would have been NWO, and then that's it. That would have
What-
been
Well, speaking of that, what if Kevin Nash and Razor Ramon never would have left and
Ooh.
went to WCW?
Oof.
We
I
would have
mean, I can see Scott Hall being there until like probably the early 2000s. Kevin Nash not so much because he had a limited run.
Sure.
Even when, he was world champion, but his stuff was getting stale.
But imagine this: if they wouldn't have left, not what would have happened in WWE, but there would have been no NWO in WCW.
Oh no, there wouldn't have been, and then WCW would have probably just done Saturday nights,
right?
And
Well, that changes the whole timeline. No NWO. There's still Surfer Sting. There's all the things like there's no DX. There's
Hulk stays stale. He's still the American hero. He never he never turns heel. Yep.
Couldn't imagine life like that, honestly.
Right? Can you imagine? I mean, if they wouldn't have went, if they would never went, and the outsiders never would have came in, and there would have been no Hulk heel change. You know how stale WCW would have been, because at that point it was kind of lame to watch. All they had was the retirement. It was the retirement home. They got all of WWE's retired, and they were just the only guy that they had as a flagship was Sting, and his gimmick was getting old with the Surfer Sting stuff. I mean, it would have been bad. They would have tanked so fast.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's crazy to think about, though. That's actually a really good one to think about.
Just imagine it. It almost makes me feel like I wouldn't have been so hard into wrestling my whole life if that would have transpired, because the Monday Night Wars and everything, I was flipping channels and oh, I like this guy, oh, I love this guy, oh, the NWO, oh, DX, all that,
if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Sasquatch, because you probably know this better, but one of the things that came out of the Monday Night Wars was that Eric Bischoff pushed for live TV because everything WWE was doing was taped. Okay.
Yeah.
If this would have never happened, Eric Bischoff wouldn't have been involved. All that would never happen. Do you think we would be watching tape shows and nothing live?
Oh yeah. It would have still been taped. Like, because I don't think. Well, no. At one point, WWE would have, because they were doing partial tape, partial live. So they were shooting like 2 or 3 weeks in advance. So they would have probably continued with the live shows. It wouldn't have been nearly as much, but
right. And do you think something else? If WCW would have faltered, because it seemed like WCW kind of pushed WWE to make more pay-per-view shows. Because I remember before it wasn't a pay-per-view every month. There was like a slow build-up. There was like a 3-month build-up to every pay-per-view. After the Monday Night Wars started happening, it seemed like, oh, we got a pay-per-view this month. We're going to have a pay-per-view. But it seemed like it stacked more pay-per-views. If that would have never happened, do you think we would have had, I think it was at that time, I think there's like 4 pay-per-views a year. There's WrestleMania, I think SummerSlam.
I think they bumped it up to 7. Yeah. I think it was 7 altogether.
Right. So I mean, we wouldn't even have as many pay-per-views, I think, if that would have never transpired. I mean, eventually there would be. They'd figure out, we need to do one a month, but they wouldn't have came to them that quick, I don't believe.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, they might have maybe bumped it up to 10, maybe, but I don't think they would have won anything more than that. And WCW would have probably, to be honest with you, would have probably closed. Right. Just because they were floundering in the early to mid 90s anyways.
Right. I mean, if the NWO was the one thing that sprung them back onto the map. If that would have never happened, they would have closed doors. They would have been done real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But, everything counteracts each other. Without WCW's things that they were doing, we wouldn't have got all the stuff that we got from WWE.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. And it doesn't matter if you talk wrestling, you talk cars, you talk motorcycles. Competition is great for the consumer. When
Yeah.
you have two brands that are fighting to be number one, they come out with great stuff, right? And I think we're going to see more start come out of AEW. I think they're going to really start hitting it. And that's a good thing because it'll force WWE to get better with their storytelling too, you
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
Waiting for him to sign
Speaking
Road
of,
Dogg as a producer.
Right.
no. I Speaking of great brands, one last time I want to mention the elegantSasquatch.com 50% off sale going on right now. Get it while it's still there, because once it's gone, this man is going to be too tired shipping out packages to restock. So
Santa, I'm going to need your help to deliver all these
yeah,
packages. 50% off at theelegantsasquatch.com. No code needed. It does come off at the checkout. So you're going to see one price on the site. Once you get to checkout, it'll be 50% off. Free shipping at $45 or more, which isn't that hard to do. And then if you spend over $125, you get a free hat.
But
So yeah,
the important thing is to everybody out there listening, if you haven't bought the Suplex Syndicate collaboration, what are you
yeah.
waiting for? This is perfect time because I'll tell you what, all four of those are bangers. And if you ain't got them, you're going
Yes.
to miss out and you need to get them.
And those are flying off the shelves. I only have a few sets. I only have like 3 sets left. So if you want it, grab it now, because by the end of the week it won't be available.
That's right.
It won't be available probably next week. So
That's right. So make sure you get over there, show Sasquatch some love. And speaking for the rest of the crew, man, I'll tell you what a great episode. Shifty, what an awesome addition you are to the show. Glad to have you
Thank you.
on.
Thank you.
We'll be on next Sunday, and let us know what you guys think. Drop some comments if you like the new format, because we're trying to make this show more fun. Let us know if you got any ideas, any topics you want us to talk about. And if you want to be a guest on the show, let us know. We can always make that happen. So, hey, fellas, awesome show as always. Appreciate everybody. And 30 Spray J, why don't you do the honors and send us off?
Suplex Syndicate is out. Peace, guys.